size for web, scaled down for the web. And I'm going to put it in a new folder. I'm going to call that folder Ben's presets. Okay. So where I was able to choose a folder, I can choose new. I'll click create, and I have my preset. Now, while I'm in here, I can create many different presets because most likely a lot of the settings would remain consistent. I still want to have my little watermark. I still want to have, let's say, a sRGB. I still want to have this, it strip out the geotag of it and all that kind of stuff. The only thing I might want to change on a lot of these is what size the image is and what file format it's in. So let's make a few others. I'm going to come in here and make one for the original iPad. The original iPad is 1024 by 768. That's how much information it can hold on the screen. But I don't know if we're going to have a horizontal or vertical for that. So I'm just going to type in 1024, 1024. That way, if it's a vertical, it'll be a max of that. It's a horizontal, it'll be this way, a max of it, by however much space is left in the other dimension. So I'll do that. Anything else I'd want to change in here? Don't think so. So I'm going to say add that as a preset, and I'll call it, I have an iPad mini, and that's the resolution of the iPad mini, so I still use it. Then I have an iPhone. My iPhone has a resolution in here, I have it written down, of 1136 by 640. If I want, I could type in 1136 for both, and that just means it'll be a maximum of that on either dimension, or if I know they're going to be horizontals, this would be the best setting for a horizontal. Add that, call this iPhone 5. So once you get the settings set up, it's not too bad. Other settings I would make, turn this thing off for resizing, change your file settings to original, and then save that. I'm going to save that and just call copy to desktop, because I might need to give it to my wife Karen or someone else, and I want them to have the original file format, original size, because I need it for some purpose. What other kinds of presets do I create? I might have ones for different size prints. If you send out for prints, an 8x10 at a particular bureau needs a certain resolution, you can get it set up there. I do full-size TIFFs, I do email ones. My website needs a certain size image. I have it in the preset, but we're not going to make any more. When I'm done, I'm not going to click export, I'm just going to click cancel. We've created our presets and they're stored. Now to use those presets, all I need to do is get the image that I want to export. Let's say this image and maybe one more, this image down here. I go up to the File menu in Lightroom, and then there's a choice called Export with Preset. In Export with Preset, here are Ben's presets right there. And that's how I'm going to get most of my images out of Lightroom, is with presets. I'll probably end up with about a dozen presets. Your phone, your iPad, your computer screen if you're going to do a slideshow, your website, whatever size that happens to be, the original, and a few others. Once I get them all set up, then I rarely need to deal with that export dialog box because I've all dealt with them here. So with those images there, I'm going to save them for the iPad mini. I'll just choose that. Up here you'll see a progress where it's exporting them. I don't have to wait for it. I can continue working with my images. Maybe I also want to go to the Africa shots, and my wife Karen asked for a high res of this image here. So I'm going to, oops, I'm not used to it taking a while to load a preview. I'm going to go up here then, File, Export with Preset. I can copy to desktop. I also usually have ones for flattened TIFF, because that's high quality, same size ones. And I can then get these things out of Lightroom, and anytime you go through the export and convert it into a different file format, like a JPEG or a TIFF, all the adjustments you applied in Lightroom are permanently applied. It's no longer attached with just metadata when you come out as a TIFF or a JPEG, that kind of stuff. All right. Export presets are not exciting to talk about, but they're necessary. What questions do we have about export presets and getting stuff out of Lightroom in general?
Well, you know, as soon as you mention the word export, then a whole
floodgates
world opens up.
Yeah.